intro, people. New intro.
Hey, folks. You have tuned in once again to American Badass Bars, Brews, and Brawls. I'm your host, Walt Lusk, and of course, we have another amazing, chilling, thrilling, and spilling episode.
Spilling. We'll say spilling first. Are we on the big screen over here?
I will make sure that happens in a moment. And I'm going to let our illustrious host introduce our other amazing, world-renowned host, Preston, and take it away.
Greetings and salutations, everyone.
Greetings and salutations.
Happy Wednesday Hump Day.
And it's also Veterans Day, too.
It is Veterans Day. My father was a veteran.
So was
God
mine.
rest his soul.
So was mine.
Yeah, my whole family really was veterans, almost, except for me and my brother. And then the other side of the family, they were. Anyway, I digress.
It's all right. It's all good.
My guest today is Preston Scharf, a.k.a. Postal Pete, professional fighter and rageaholic, metal lover, father, and I'll take it away.
I've never raged. No.
Yeah. How you doing?
Good. Thanks for having me, brother.
Thanks for coming here.
It's always wonderful being had.
Yeah.
I worked with Preston over at Kaiju MMA.
Yeah.
You came in and did a couple of we did some single leg takedowns. You did in the clinch, some side control onto mount, which was a really good technique you were showing.
Yeah.
And your background mainly is wrestling. It came from wrestling, correct?
Yeah. That was the first thing I did was wrestling.
So you went from wrestling, and then you went into jiu-jitsu from there, or boxing?
Actually, I take that back. My grandpa put me in karate.
Okay.
I lived in Oxnard, and when
it was rough back then, huh? Oxnard was rough.
Yeah.
At one point it was. I don't know if it is now. But
I had to do karate.
No, it's a little mellowed a lot now. Not far from Point Wainimi.
Me and my grandpa did a trade karate for candy bars.
Okay. That's funny.
There you
I
go.
don't know if you heard the Refugio brothers. Do you remember them?
Refugio.
Or yeah.
Refugio,
No.
They're jiu-jitsu,
no, it
aren't
was
they?
Flores brothers.
Flores
brothers.
Okay.
His name was Refugio Flores.
Okay.
And they were down there by the Sandpiper off of Saviors.
Huh.
I was really young, like I said, 7 or so.
Okay, so like you went from wrestling, you did karate, and then when did you get into boxing and jiu-jitsu?
And street fighting.
Street fights, yeah. I wanted to get. Yeah.
I didn't really do much striking till later. Yeah. I kind of played with it, when I first started, I was just trying. You could kind of get away with the wrestling,
Yeah.
and not. It was kind of like at that beginning phases of MMA where you could still shoot without strikes, or maybe just throw one little
A couple
strike.
taps here and there.
Yeah, just and get away with. And the takedown defense wasn't like where it's at now. But
yeah.
I guess it was around when I started like seriously striking, probably 2002 maybe.
Okay.
At slow kickboxing,
Yeah.
Chuck and everybody, and we were always doing the grappling. And
Well, how long did you work with Chuck Liddell? I think it was a couple of years, wasn't it?
pretty much the whole time.
The whole time.
Yeah.
And his main thing is striking.
Actually, he was a wrestler.
But his wrestling, his striking overpowered his wrestling at one point.
Well, he won his fights with striking.
With striking, yeah.
He used his wrestling to keep it on the feet.
Yeah.
He just didn't like to. He didn't really. I wouldn't say he didn't like to wrestle because he wrestled 4 years in college. But,
Yeah.
All his youth, but he's like to bang.
Yeah.
But
old school
obviously-
bar brawler.
yeah. So
I love it.
He just he didn't really work with us a lot. He had a couple guys that he liked, but for the most part, it was Hackelman that ran the practices when we started officially like having striking practices.
When did you decide that you wanted to go in the ring and do it as a profession?
Oh, when I seen, maybe not a profession, but when I seen Hoist Gracie, tap
Taking
out
dudes
Ken
down.
Shamrock, I was
Yeah.
like, wow, But at that time I was kind of lifting weights because there was nothing after wrestling.
Yeah.
There was like not, there wasn't really anything. I mean, you could go into a point karate tournament, but who wants to do that?
Yeah.
So
I did those. I did Tang Soo Do. So I went and did those tournaments, and they were just.
Oh yeah.
They were so stupid. Like they were just like you sized up against the guy, fucking sideways against the guy, and then you just try to get points and hit the dude. It's like,
yeah.
And there was no real real power behind any of the stuff.
Doesn't declare the true winner.
No, it really doesn't. I mean, so I just I was definitely perturbed from that style of fighting, and I had to find something else. But
yeah, I don't know which is worse. The tournament or your friends making fun of you after.
Oh yeah. Well, then you try to use it.
If you won, what difference does it make, right?
Yeah.
Well, I try to use it in a street fight too sometimes, and then like guys would size up on me like in a boxing stance, and I would get into like a taekwondo stance, and then they didn't know what the fuck was going. Like, what are you doing, buddy? Like, we're gonna box. Like,
yeah, it's intimidating.
All right, dude. Like, what are you doing? All right, it's like, but at least you got them off their guard a little bit, and then But I could never stay in that stance.
Yeah,
which is why I switch stance so much. I go southpaw, standard.
Well, you want to keep them on their toes.
And then I'm working on this Chinese stance now, this Lethwei stance. That's like a mixture of like almost like an Aikido wide stance, but like able to kind of like get low. It's interesting.
Kind of Machida,
huh?
Machida, or
kind of like Leduc, like King Leduc, Dave Leduc.
Dave Leduc.
He's like the Lethwei king of Lethwei.
He's
was
a
French
guy.
Well, no, he started out doing jiu-jitsu.
Oh, okay.
And then he did Muay Thai, and then he went. And then they said, well, the only thing we have available is Lethwei, and it's not 9 limbs. You could use headbutts, elbows, knees. And he says, "Fuck it, sign me up." And he goes and does it. And then within a year or two, he became like a champ.
I hadn't heard of him.
And I've been just watching some of his stances and everything for training. You can't really train elbows. Like, it's really hard to do because if you hit somebody with a fucking elbow and then you knock them the fuck out, or like you cut them and then you're like, dude, like nobody
even elbow pads.
It doesn't work.
Yeah,
because if you got strong elbow and
if
you hit them on the side of the temple, they're gonna go out. Now the thing is, now they got to sit out. They can't continue with the fucking training.
I started training this girl and she had those soccer pads on her elbows.
Yeah,
and I'm sparring with her and she's all, what are you doing? That hurt. Like, yeah. I guess they do that in some places.
So, which was your favorite best fight back in the day?
Man, I guess it would have been Steve Gable or Kleber.
Okay.
Luciano.
Okay.
Steve Gable, you won that fight though.
Yeah.
Well, that's the idea.
He said my favorite. I think, right?
Well, I mean, I'm like an idiot. Like, if I get in a good fight and I lose, I'd rather have a good fight where I fought 3 rounds.
Okay, Christos then.
Oh no, don't even say that.
Probably Steve. I mean, that was just neat. We were at the San Diego. It's that outdoor.
It's like a Coliseum out there.
Yeah, it's right at the airport. So the planes fly over, and it's kind of like a gladiator type thing. It's all cement with the steps and the
kind of the oval.
Yeah,
like
and
Coliseum kind of feel.
You were about 30 years old at that time.
No, I think 35.
35.
Yeah,
30-ish.
Yeah. But I kept getting these lifts. And like, as I was lifting them, the planes would be all. And I'm like, so as I'm lifting them, the plane was taking off. So it's like, Steve's taking off, and so is the plane. Just kidding, Steve. Me and Steve are friends. Like, we still talk all the time.
Where's he at? He's out of San Diego, isn't he?
Yeah. He's Gracie Barra.
Gracie Barra.
He's like a personal trainer.
That's cool.
Does a lot of seminars overseas and things like that.
Who was the other guy? Kleber.
He's Kleber.
Kleber. Yeah. I remember. I trained with a couple of those guys over there. They have these really fucking cool leg locks they use. It's almost like hard to explain. Like, You wrap up both legs and then you tie them in, and then you either push down or you come in and you get that foot, and it's like almost like a foot lock and a toe pick.
It bends your foot sideways.
Sideways. Yeah. It's fucking gnarly.
That was kind of the new.
It's really gnarly.
That was kind of the new. Instead of like a straight Achilles, they're trying to tweak the ankle or the foot. They put it on their ribs and kind of bend it that way.
And it just tears out.
Do you get a little more momentum that way?
Well, no, you tear out the ligaments. So so once the ligaments crack or pop,
it's like a hyperextension on the ankle.
Oh, okay.
So it would take the ankle like that way.
Oh, yeehaw!
That way.
That's fun.
And you can snap it in 3 places. So if he has a good hold on the ankle itself, and then goes for the toe or the foot, he can have a double crack. He can have an ankle sprain and the toe goes, and the foot goes too.
So I got a funny story. You now that you brought up that ankle lock. Well, I'll tell you about the fight first. So I was warming up, and they offered me Kleber. I was obviously brought in to lose. Kleber's.
Yeah.
He sells
the fave.
He sells thousands of tickets. His gyms make a lot of money, and he's very popular.
Yeah.
And so we make weight, come to the fight. We're warming up, and I'm like warming up. I've already had 10, 15 fights, so I'm like, just another day in the office. And I open this curtain. Am I allowed to cuss on here?
Yeah, man.
Okay. It's called Badass. Okay.
Say what you want.
So I open the
We
curtain.
encourage it here.
This is not radio.
We encourage it here.
Yeah. There's no FCC.
This is our release.
You can say any fucking thing you want.
So I open the curtain, just to peek out and look at the crowd. Fuck you, motherfucker! You're gonna fucking die, and they're pinging these plastic fucking Budweiser cooler. Everything was plastic at it was the Anaheim Convention Center.
Yeah.
And I went back and I looked because my cousin worked.
They're throwing them at you or throwing them
at me.
Oh wow.
Because they knew I was coming out first. Yeah. So I was like, like I said, I had already had fights, and I was like, another day, just walk out and fight. And I closed the curtain. I'm like, close the curtain, and I looked at my cousin. I go, oh fuck. I'm like, whew, fuck.
Yeah.
Yippee-ki-yay.
Yeah. I'm like, geez. And I'm like, what the fuck? And then he's all, fuck it. Don't pay attention to him. He's like, just fucking look forward. I'm all right. So I didn't open the curtain again. And then the commission walked me out, for the fight. And they're, boo, boo, fuck you, you're going to fucking die, this and that and the other. All the way to the cage. I got in the cage.
Good people.
Yeah. Those
are the fans you want.
Yeah. So actually, I always it gave me more motivation to win. I always did better as the underdog.
To be like the underdog.
Yeah. I'll get to that later, but so I get out there. We had a good fight. I won. I thought pretty decisively, and then these people were going crazy after they raised my hand.
It was by decision.
Yeah.
Okay. So
I was surprised I got the decision.
You went 3 on that one. You went 3 or 5. That was
that was 30. Yeah.
3-rounder. Yeah.
Yeah, and then they all start surrounding the cage, and they're throwing this shit in the cage, and they're going, "We're gonna fucking kill you." They're blaming me. It's like, hey, the judges are right there. I just, you guys should. And Kleber was cool. He was like, pay attention to them. Pay attention to them. And I'm like, oh, it's kind of hard.
It's easier for you to say.
Yeah, I got my elderly dad in the cage with me. I took him to work the corner, so I'm like more worried about him. He had a head injury, so he couldn't get hit in the head at all.
Yeah.
So I'm like, oh my God. So we had to wait in the cage for 30 minutes till the Anaheim riot squad got there, and they had to walk me, my dad, and my cousin out with shields around us.
Wow.
As my father would say, 30 minutes well invested.
You don't want to defund the police that day.
No, not that day.
Well, blue lives do matter, which we're going to talk about in a few minutes.
Yeah. So the thing is I didn't see that on. I was looking for that fight. I can't find it.
Yeah, they pulled that off. They weren't gonna, because they're building Kleber. But so remember he fought Evan Dunham right after that. That was up, I think. But anyway, I seen me and Clubber, comes back, hey, no hard feelings, but he was really mad about that loss and deep down. And then when I was wrestling at Calvary Chapel, took my son there.
Yeah.
And hey, you know Clever, right? Oh yeah, I know Clever. What's up, Clever? We'll hug each other. Hey, what's up, brother? Brother. We start going and we're on the wall. I'm not gonna say how it went, but it went my way. But anyway, he was like cutting down to 45 for a fight in Bellator, and he's trying, and like he went down to my legs off the wall. He like wove into my legs, and he did that leg lock.
Oh.
He's like, and I'm like, he's all, I got you.
Yeah.
Okay, you
Yeah.
got me. Like I was just like, man, it's just like.
There's no defense. I mean, like there is a defense, but if they have the 2 points of connection, and then they have your foot, and then they have you kind of entwined like a pretzel,
you got to get out of that before they weave their legs.
lock. Yeah.
The thing is, he went down on his back. I could have just pushed him, healed out, and ran away, but he was spazzing so hard. I was like standing there like, what is this guy? Like, what is this guy doing? Like, he's going crazy. Like, and then he was on my leg, and I was like, felt like I should just like.
That was a new thing, though. Like,
Here, go ahead,
like
Clever.
that was starting.
Makes you feel better. Take it.
But now look at it now. Like that whole style, especially like the Henzo Gracie Academy, the academy up there in not Toronto. I think it's Montreal. That's all they do. Like Danaher, Firas.
Leg locks. Everything's transit.
It's
Yeah,
leg
it's all
locks.
like,
It's double leg takedowns into leg lock twists and shit. Like it's like.
you know why? I think why is because they're doing those no-gi money fights.
Yeah.
And the lot of them are gi, but it's hard to with all the sweat.
Yeah.
You can lock in things. You have to use your legs and your arms.
Yeah.
Well, you do with other stuff, but like an arm bar is, if you want to get out of the leg lock, you got to get out of the legs and the arms.
Yeah.
So with the sweat, it might, they might come easier. I'm not sure though. I'm not at that level.
Well, the question was, now that you're seasoned, obviously you've had a few more fights under your belt and a couple more years. How do you stay ahead of and win fights with the fact that they're younger and probably have a little bit more testosterone and a little maybe stronger?
Well, I'm actually retired now, but when I was at that point, I met an Olympian named Sammy Henson, and he had this Tabata thing. It was like you did it twice a week, and it was a game changer for me. It was a Aerodyne bike, and There was Aerodyne footwork, and there's box jumps, but it just kept my feet fast. I think the key to seeing older fighters is footwork.
There you go.
Yeah.
I think it is, because you notice like you don't see lighter fighters going into their 40s really, because you got to like look at Uriah Faber. Look at Uriah Faber. When he hit 40, his feet were already kind of not that fast, but but like a Demetrius Johnson or like a TJ Dillashaw, like their feet are like, but
is that like fly like a butterfly and sting like a bee?
Well, no, like I trained with TJ for a little bit.
Footwork, and
that dude,
he was Muhammad Ali had great footwork.
That guy is fucking relentless. His cardio is top notch. His wrestling is really fucking good. He's got really good fucking picks, and he's strong. Like for a little guy, you wouldn't picture him to be that explosive, and it's like he pushes off. I know he had some problems. I guess he failed a couple drug tests and all, but I mean,
oops.
Well, I mean, I don't know. I don't know the extent of it all, so I can't really comment too much about
finally got caught.
Well, I mean, who isn't? I mean, God, fucking who? I mean, John Jones. All these guys are doing something. I mean, they've got
You're not
some.
cheating. You're not trying.
Yeah, they have some upper hand.
What are you going to to Lance Armstrong?
Yeah.
Oh yeah, they took 13 of his medals away.
That's horrible.
Yeah,
that is really bad. That's doing
a legend.
That's dicking a guy down real hard. If I could take all his medals, he has a divorce.
Pete Rose.
He was
gambling.
gambling.
It was gambling on the teams.
Okay, yeah.
He can't even get in the Hall of Fame.
But the funny thing is You gotta love Pete Rose. Who doesn't love Pete fucking Rose, dude? You gotta love that guy.
Absolutely. He loved his team. He bet on his team. He bet on his team.
against his team. He wasn't getting paid enough as the manager.
God.
He was only making $100K, so he's like, "Fuck it, I'll bet against these bums."
I think, it's weird how times have changed. He got in trouble, the things athletes got in trouble for then, and now they can kneel. Now they can kneel and do all this other. Well, that's.
What do you think of guys like Don Fry, like who their whole thing was just going out there after drinking a beer or two and just like fucking doing it. Tank Abbott, he would drink a 6-pack of beer before going out. I heard.
That was one of my Don Fry. Isn't he named after the show, right?
Huh? I want to try and bring him on. I know.
Yeah. Oh my
my
gosh.
chiropractor is his good friend. And we're trying to.
Hey, what's up?
What's up, dude? Hey man, what the fuck?
Yeah.
He's got like these catcher's mitts. His hands. When you shake his hand, it's like a guy's got a catcher's.
Don Fry.
Don Fry. Oh yeah.
Have you shook his hand?
It's like my friend said. It's like the size of a mitt.
Yeah.
I've only been like
that.
Where
That's
you and I are together. Like I've never been because he always had people around him all the time.
Oh yeah. When
know.
you say fighter, like Don Fry's probably what.
Probably.
I mean, if you've
epitome.
been around fight, yeah.
Yeah.
I mean, you like when you think of a fighter, like Don Fry comes to mind for sure.
Especially the like being able to wrestle, strike, and he was a decent jiu-jitsu practitioner. He had a sick side control.
He really was ahead of the time.
Yeah.
He just was boxing, wrestling. He didn't really kick, but he mixed it up well.
Yeah.
He could go from his boxing straight into his wrestling smooth.
He had that one kick though, that flying, not flying.
Oh,
it was the side kick.
Yeah.
That shit was. That was awesome. I mean, I hope to have him on. If you're listening,
that'd be
Don.
awesome. Yeah. Yeah, Don Fry. I'm glad he got into the Hall of Fame. He deserved that.
So, like, I don't know about you, but, like, I'm dealing with a lot of injuries right now, and it's the first time I have to, like, and it's the one reason why I'm not able to, like, jump up and belt. I'm not able to practice 5 days a week where I used to. What do you do to keep yourself from getting injured? Because do you do special exercises? Do you have a diet?
So,
do you...
Every time I go to Gabe's, I pull some. I think that because I don't go there much. I kind of go a little faster.
Yeah.
And then he's got some competitive kids there.
They are, yeah. There's a couple guys
like
that are. Yeah.
Bryce he's super
strong and he's tall.
He's getting good.
Yeah.
And
he's 5.
Yeah.
I mean.
And then
yeah, to be 25 again, Walt, please.
Julian.
What we know then, what we know now, right?
Yeah.
Well, he's got Kevin in there. He's got DC.
Julian.
Yeah, Julian.
Julian's a good boxer.
Julian's gi jiu-jitsu is just some of the stuff he does with the weight retention for being a little guy.
Yeah.
He uses these like weight drills and weight technique where he puts all the weight on, and then he switches his weight real fast, and he's able to get control.
Huh.
He was teaching us this the last time I went in there, and it was like really amazing because it's really interesting to see a guy who's maybe what, a 140, a $140.
Yeah, I think he fights 35 or 45.
And then he's over there on Matt Trop, and Matt Trop's about 200. He's about 180, 190.
Yeah.
And he's able to like use his weight and actually use his weight, but also retain the guy's weight from advancing.
Yeah. Matt was a pro skater. Not to get off topic, but
I heard about that.
Yeah. But anyway, I haven't rolled gi with Julian, but I've got him in some guillotines.
Yeah.
And he's like got gills.
Yeah.
He's so hard to guillotine, but those guys are all hard to guillotine because of Gabe.
Well, Gabe taught him, yeah.
Gabe, if you roll with Gabe, you're gonna have good guillotine.
He got
defense.
me in one, and like I couldn't even get out. I tried to get out, and I did a bunch of stuff, and he had just locked it in, and just I don't know what he did, but he locked it like this, and then went forward, and I just couldn't go anywhere.
He tapped this guy. Is it Braga or something? Guy was 11-0.
Yeah.
Gabe was supposed to lose, and he caught. This guy was from Brazil, like black belt legit, and I think Gabe caught him within like 30 seconds. Guillotine. I was just like, oh, whoa, no way.
That dude's got heavy hands. Like, I mean, I've sparred with him a couple times, and just his regular fucking punches. Like, if he's not even coming at you 100%.
Yeah.
He's just throwing he's throwing butterfly punches. I'm like, fuck, man. Like,
he gets competitive.
but he's got that kung fu stance too. He does. He switches to that kung fu where he has that side punch, where it's almost like it comes up on you, or it comes down. Like it's almost like side hooks. It's a weird kind of technique.
Yeah, he's very unorthodox.
I like that though.
It's one of the few guys that can because his chin is not down like your traditional.
Yeah.
He kind of keeps his chin up a little, and it's weird because he pulls it off.
Yeah.
Whereas a lot of people, that's
your
always
down.
the boxing for keep your chin down. Chin down, hands up is always the saying. But yeah, he very unorthodox. We spent years and years sparring together, going back and forth.
So now that you're retired, you're working with special needs kids?
I've not what's the word? Not like full time or anything like that. Because there's just only a few that I know. You know what I mean? Like,
yeah.
But have you seen this footage, Walt, of him working with a couple of these guys?
Not the kids. I saw him some with spies.
Oh man,
Amazing.
it's actually really amazing to watch, to see these teenagers kind of get out there on the mat, and then it's just really crazy to watch, because when you watch these guys who barely can walk, they have bent up bones, and necks are all cranked, and some of them can't walk, and you see them out there rolling around. I feel like a total douchebag that I say, oh, I got a bum knee, or like, my back's out. Like, these guys are out there.
Yeah, their back's out all the time.
Missing limbs and all that stuff. Yeah.
I was working with a kid. He could move his head, and his shoulders like this. His knees were fused in this position.
Oh wow.
His back was fused like this. So really, we had to figure out stuff to do with his arms like that.
Well, that takes guts just to be out there.
Yeah, he was. I mean, he's had to crawl his whole life. His hands were tough, but his hands were also backwards.
Like this, Walt. So
goodness.
So when the guy did a choke on the guy, it was like he had to go like this.
Which actually, have you seen the guillotine, the modified guillotine? They're doing them like this now.
No.
Yeah. So actually, he couldn't bend his elbows, but he would do more of a neck crank.
Okay.
But right now, I'm working with a kid from Canada. Well, where he's going to come out and train with me.
Okay.
His name's Jordan.
Yeah.
I guess what makes me good at being able to figure things out is I can just kind of dissect their body and figure out what
What their
works for
weapons
them
are.
best. Yeah.
Yeah.
Like with the kid with the arms.
Yeah.
He was doing a neck crank when I met him. We modified it a little, but we switched him over to leg locks.
Okay.
Because he could really, his arms there was no meat on him, because he can't really, they were all bones, so they were really sharp.
Yeah.
His bones. So when he gets around,
Like spur, like almost like a bone spur.
yeah. The leg lock, it didn't set in like at the normal place is the Achilles.
Yeah.
But with him, the chair went down. With him, it would come in on the side here.
Yeah.
So just stuff like that.
Huh.
You know what I mean? And then when Jordan comes into town, I actually haven't rolled with him. I just been on the phone with him, and we'll figure out what's going to work
Do
with
they
him.
have special tournaments like for
Yeah,
for
they
those
have
kind-
adaptive. I know that they were, some places do cage fighting, but
Yeah.
like a lot of people frown on it. You know what I mean?
Yeah, with that kind of group, you want to have as much supervision as possible.
It's kind of so you gotta, not only is it like weight and age, but now you gotta go by disability.
Oh wow.
Like
totally different variable.
yeah. So you're going okay, this guy can move his arms here. This guy, and you gotta kind of even it out, or the guy's just. But that's where if things get real one-sided, now it looks almost barbarish and wrong. I guess it could look that way.
Yeah.
If you're not, thank you. If you're if you're not familiar and you don't know, these guys are tough. You know what I mean? They're gamers. Like you get grandma watching TV and she, oh my God, or whatever. You know what I mean? People that don't understand. People still don't understand MMA as it is. But
no.
Well, I've gotten to the point where I can't even I'll watch a boxing match, and I just realize, okay, after doing a lot of different fighting and watching a lot of fighting, I don't think I want to watch anything that doesn't involve kicking.
Yeah,
it just don't. It's just you're not using. Why do it?
Is it too boring? It's like, man, come on, man, throw him a kick.
Well, yeah, I mean,
remember all the old wrestling shirts? You go play with your ball. What I do takes 2 balls.
Yeah. It's almost like I'd rather watch WWF sometimes. At least I know they're doing some crazy leaps and shit up the fucking turnbuckle.
There's
they're kicking. They're doing,
There's one action.
Yeah, they're using glass.
Yeah.
Chairs.
I have to say, I did enjoy this World Series. I did enjoy it. I hadn't watched anything. I'm on the same page with you, but I did enjoy the World Series this time.
With baseball?
Yeah.
Oh, Jesus. That's the only. I mean, baseball is the only one that
I only
doesn't fucking piss me off.
I only watched the last 2 games.
Oh, okay.
So,
and my brother almost went pro. He was a good player, and we all came from baseball from our town, but I just don't know what it is. This other sports are getting too fucking political. NBA.
Well, you know what the NFL stands for, don't you, Preston? No fans left.
Yeah.
I mean, it's insane. And the same shenanigans is pulling on the NBA. It's and they say next year they're going to change it. Well, they better have to.
The damage is done.
It's too late.
What is 76% plummet in views?
Oh yeah,
something
more
like
than that.
I mean, and you know what? They can't even go to the games right now because of COVID. So you'd think they'd watch more, but no.
Yeah, it's bad time to not keep it about the sport. What people are there to watch.
Fucking lace up your fucking Jordans.
Yeah.
Put on your fucking outfit.
And go play the game.
Go play the fucking game.
Whatever it is.
You know what I mean? You're making millions of fucking dollars. How are you an oppressed person?
Well, and on
tell me about it. How are you oppressed? And you've got 7 houses.
And Nike
he lost his Ferrari key, all right?
I hate it when that happens. No, I mean, come on. They're wearing Nike stuff, and we all know Nike is made from children in China, right? Slave labor. But that's okay.
The hypocrisy.
Yes, the hypocrisy is awesome. And we're going to change on that, but before we do, let me get a little ID here.
You got to change it.
Folks, you've turned into American Badass Bars, Brews, and definitely Brawls here on UB & Go. You can find us on UB & Go. Actually, you can watch us right now live on UB & Go's Facebook page. And on a podcast, you can find us on Stitcher, iTunes, Spreaker, TuneIn, and we're now part of the iHeart Radio family. And
I'm really excited about that.
Yes, we are. It's a big deal.
I'm really excited
and
about
we've
that.
also added the Amazon podcast family as well.
I'm happy with that one too.
Yeah.
That's
and so and we're on YouTube. It's down right now, but you can please sign up. Go to the show and subscribe, share, and tell your friends.
We'll probably have the YouTube up probably by 9 o'clock tonight, right? Something like that.
Well, it's got to be. No, it won't be that fast.
Downloaded.
It won't be that
all
fast.
That jazz.
It won't be that. It won't be that fast. So we were gonna. If you want to switch gears,
sure.
We can, or we can talk more about that. You want to dive into this political charade that
I wanted to ask real fast.
involved?
Are you training anywhere now, or are you just training your house?
No, I train at Pit Fit.
Oh, Pit Fit.
Yeah, it's owned by a friend of mine,
Pit Fit.
Justin Frazier, and
but that's all. That's all wrestling, or is that mixed?
I mainly wrestle right now. And
yeah.
then I forgot to answer your question about the injuries.
Oh yeah, because right now I'm dealing with. I got hip flexor, back, neck crank. My elbow is fucked. My knee, and then my ankle. So I haven't done any Muay Thai, and I haven't done any jiu-jitsu. I've just been doing stand up
you were telling
strikes
me that.
and
You told me that. What did you say was hurt? Your abdomen or something?
Well, no, when I was over at Gabe's,
that was me, Mike.
I detached my sartorius lataris muscle, both of these muscles.
Oh, the outer.
The outer.
Because I did my groin. Remember
you were telling me about that,
yeah.
And then my sartorius is the one that comes across and then into the inner knee.
Oh, gosh.
That detached, and then this is out. And then when I went back in, I was stretching, and then we were doing these weight retraining, and then my knee cracked while taking someone's weight because this was so stiff. And I have not been, because I did tack fit for so long, and that helped me out.
Yeah.
But not having enough places to go for tack fit, it's like you don't really do it that much unless you have like an organized thing.
Yeah.
And that helped me out with the stretching because Scott Sonnen was like, he's like into that jiu-jitsu stretching.
Yeah.
The pre-stretch before you get out there.
It's almost like a Hickson type.
Yeah. I need like an hour. And I was telling Gabe, I was like, I need at least an hour on the mat to do tack, and then I can roll.
Yeah.
And then I can roll for a couple hours if I do that. But if I don't do that stretching pre-roll, I got maybe
that's what's
one,
tricky to you don't know when you're good to come back. And it's always like pop. Okay, guess I wasn't ready yet.
Yeah.
Well,
so
that's my problem.
Now you know. It's a fine line, but now you know.
So the first thing I did, I was sleeping on my shoulder wrong.
Yeah.
And I haven't really had any.
Pinch a nerve.
No, my tendon went back.
Ooh, shit.
It kind of went back, and then I was sparring with the old instructor at Gabe's, the blonde kid,
Kevin.
Yeah. And he kept kicking me in the leg, and I was like, I hadn't sparred in a while, like maybe a year.
Uh-huh.
And so I'm like, my timing and stuff was kind of his, and so he kicked me in the leg, and my shoulder was really sore. I couldn't throw a hook or nothing because of that tendon, and I went to throw a jab, and the tendon came back to its, like I threw it so long that the tendon
came back,
it was like came back.
Whoa.
And then I was like, everyone's, "Are you hurt?" I was like, and I'm like, no, it's fixed now.
Well, that's a good thing, but nonetheless,
But
that's what I need, man.
Here's the thing: thing. It was really sore. I had no strength this way.
Oh, that sucks.
So
you can go this way, but you can't go.
No, I'm good now.
Yeah. Oh.
But we were on the pier, Santa Monica. Me and my girlfriend. Her bike fell on mine. I'm like, she had her beer in the cup holder. And then it's pouring on my shoe.
I hate it when that happens.
I'm like, get your bike. It's pouring on my shoe. I'm like, God damn it. And I picked the bike up, tore my bicep.
Oh Lord.
Because I think that the tendon was stretched, so it was coming back. But this is good. You can kind of see how it's kind of right there. But it's strong again.
Who was saying about that? I know Joe Rogan was talking to somebody about he was a strongman competition winner. He was like and he had his whole what is that called? The bicep muscle had totally detached from his
Dorian Yates. Yeah, Dorian Yates.
Whoa.
And then he had to go in and do this like fucking pilot where he had to lift like cars and shit, and they had to flip fucking.
Man.
Oh no, that's a different guy.
Big dude with a beard.
Strongman champion.
Starts with a B. I forget. Behar or something. But
yeah,
and he was telling me. He said every time that he
balls that they put up on the.
He said it felt like he was getting like branded and stabbed in the fucking, and he didn't tell anybody because like that he wouldn't have gotten
the
the
more
job.
meat you have, the more nerves are in there too. So.
That's horrible.
So what I've done now is like I'm like realize I did my groin after that with Julian.
What happened? What happened to the groin? You just got stressed
we were just
out,
sparring.
Yeah.
Gabe was telling me, Julian, he was kind of firing me up.
Yeah.
He's like Julian says, you ain't got it no more. He was saying something
up,
like that, and so I'm like,
he's giving you the office.
Like okay, all right, and then we spar, and then like I don't know what I did. I had a prior groin injury from the Jordan Williams thing. I slipped in a boxing ring, and but I re-injured it, and it goes up in your abdomen, so you can't really sit up or anything.
Yeah,
I fixed it with
like a hernia almost, right?
Felt like it.
Yeah,
and then your groin, and then if you don't repair it, every time like you slip, it rips again.
Yeah,
you hear it go, but who was the lady? Is it Jane Fonda? The thing here, those little things that she sold. The late. Remember?
Oh no, that
was Susan.
Suzanne Summers.
Suzanne Summers.
Yeah, I fixed my groin with the $12 of Suzanne Summers.
There you go.
I fixed my groin. I did it. I couldn't even barely do it the first day, and I got up to 10.
Was it
Then
called
I
the
got
Ab Master or something? It was called the
Flex Master.
Flex
Yeah,
Master.
yes.
I got up to 30, got up to
Sold a
50.
bundle of those things.
Oh, and
Got
that
up
worked.
to
That worked
50.
for you, huh?
Then I started doing my stretching. and
I got to get
stretching
one of those,
and
Walt.
stretching.
There you go.
Gotta get
Absolutely.
I need a
You just
flex
need
I
to
master.
think
do-
your girlfriend
you just
would like
need
it
to
too.
Do it the reverse. If you're out here,
Yeah.
do it reverse.
Oh shit! Yeah.
Reverse. So you can go to the gym. You know how you flip the thing around. You can do inner or outer.
Or outer, yeah. I
Do
need to
outer
both.
really light,
Huh.
and then everything. The muscles start to grab,
Uh-huh.
and when the muscles build around the tendons, it allows them to reattach.
Interesting.
That's what I think happened to my groin.
huh.
So I still do that thigh thing, and then like for my shoulder, now to avoid injuries, I just try to keep my tendons tight. So I take a 45-pound plate. I'll do what we call 21. So I'll go. I have the ones with the hole 45.
Yeah.
I'll go 7, 7, 7 around the worlds, and then do it twice.
Okay.
Do 4 sets. That keeps my shoulders tight.
Okay.
And then I do 100 push-ups a week. Do 4 sets of 25.
Yeah.
I do dips, and I do like a tricep
Like a
dip.
tricep dip. Okay.
Yeah, on a yoga ball,
Okay.
and then just like on my like stacked mat.
Yeah.
And then I hike. Try to hike this hike. It's a pretty hard one
Yeah.
that goes above the ocean for my legs. I don't
Okay.
like doing weights for legs
No,
anymore.
I don't like that either.
And so the hiking's pretty. I mean, it's burns the lungs. It's really good for your legs. I think it's the smooth uphill's the smoothest you can go on your joints.
I have to get one of those. That's to be continued because I can't deal with the pain I have like in the bottom of my body. So, and then my
yeah,
left.
you need to try that. And then I popped a rib last month with Bryce,
Oh God.
and I did it to myself. I was scooting behind.
Yeah. Were you doing no-gi with him or no?
Yeah, no gi. He
Was it no-gi sparring or no-gi
just rolling.
Oh, okay.
I had did some technique, and then we were going live, and
Yeah.
then he kind of cartwheeled over here, and I did a big, huge scoot behind him.
Mm-hmm.
I was gonna go for a choke, and I went to pull back, and my ribs were all. I was
Jesus.
like, you won.
His closed guard is impressive. It's very strong.
Yeah, he's just active.
Yeah.
He just stays moving.
Well, you
That's
know, it's
the
like
key.
when I was 24 or 25. I mean, shit, dude. You know what I mean? I was the same way.
Yeah,
Right?
yeah, yeah. He didn't really get hurt. I didn't start getting hurt till the last
after
2 years.
till after. Well, I got hurt a little bit on the ice. I played ice hockey for a while, and I had somebody come in and get my ankle. They checked me, but they came in low, and it took my knee out. But my skates stuck to the ice, and their body pushed my ankle forward, and my body went this way.
Over.
Yeah, they came in on a hip check, kind of like low. So I tried to go around, and I got around it, but at the same time, I got caught up.
Did it blow it out?
It just tweaked the ankle so bad that like it was like all swollen and shit. And like, do I go and fucking put a cast on? Is it that bad? Do I get an MRI? I was walking on it, but it was just bad. So I just kind of let it go and healed itself. But you know, I think it might have healed kind of wrong.
Those never heal right.
Well, I mean,
if you don't let it heal right,
Yeah.
it doesn't. It always not that they never heal right. If you don't let them heal right, it'll always bother.
It
you.
always
That's what
bothered
I
me.
meant
Yeah.
to say.
And even I can put pins in it and the whole thing, and wear a cast.
You got like a little ball that's like most
Oh,
most volleyball players get.
Yeah.
Those their ankles. They kind of because they always come down and
I came down on
They get those
volleyball and
little balls on their
I broke that same ankle. That was the reason why that when I
There
played
you go.
hockey afterwards,
There you go.
that same ankle got fucked. It was
My-
like, dude, like,
my girlfriend has a broken tib and fib right now.
huh?
Tib and fib?
Tib and fib.
Ooh.
She's at like 40-something screws and plates.
Would she get in a car accident?
No, we're on our electric bikes.
Electric bikes, no less.
Yeah. Going
Electric
around
bikes.
the corner, she's like smiling all, and then the back tire, the tread ran out, and it just.
Well,
And-
Simon busted his back on a moped.
Who?
Simon Cowell broke his back on a little moped.
Simon Cowell?
Yes.
What the
in
hell is he
England.
driving a moped for?
I know. I mean, he's a multi-millionaire.
Yeah.
He's driving his Rolls around town. You know, he's
Yeah.
driving a little moped and mucked up his back.
Because those are the finer things.
You know, he's probably he was going, I guess.
yeah.
Well, it could have been.
putting him
but I
down.
You can't get a
I
DUI on a moped.
And he fucking it was it.
I call it the old shit skis, right?
Yeah,
It's the most stupidest little thing that you do is going to screw you up.
Yeah.
right?
That's exactly what happened to her. She was kind of
Yeah.
lackadaisical,
Yeah,
put her foot
those jet
down,
skis.
limpy. Kind of her ankle was kind of limpy instead of like a stiff, like you know what I
Yeah.
mean. It was more like a, and his
And it just turned.
yeah. I'm like, get up. She's like, it's not attached. I'm like, bullshit. Get up. Like we're, but get up. And she's like, I swear it's not. I'm like, are you serious? Like, you know, I thought she was this kid. You know,
Yeah.
I was like, oh no, we're on electric bikes. I'm all, we'll just sit on the bike and throttle it back. And she's like, I can't if I put it. And I'm like, and everyone's like, you know, started going, you know, now I'm not looking very good in front of everyone. And all right, I'll go home and get the van. And I was just like, because they were like wanting to call an ambulance. And I was like, no, we don't need that.
Well, is she going to be okay?
Yeah, she's on the mend. She's walking now, like in her boot. Just started walking this week.
Well, how long was she down?
It's been about 10 weeks now.
oh
Well,
wow.
it's been 10 or 12. She got the surgery.
Oh, she did a surgery.
It was first the staples,
Yeah.
and there it was pretty like major
Yeah.
ordeal.
No, that takes
like
a while for those to heal. for
she'd
sure.
never been injured before, and
Huh.
it was, I mean, you know, your first injury is humbling. Like if you
Yeah.
haven't, she's younger than me, and then she's you know, healthy, fit, and never really had any serious injury. But it's definitely, it opens your eyes. Like
And then you're going, welcome to my world.
yeah. And she was telling me, you've never been hurt this bad, and I'm like, yeah, you're right. I haven't.
I think
I've been cut. I've been knocked out, but that I never
not too many
had.
broken bones. Huh?
I never had plates and screws in
No.
my
It's
joints.
just it was just like your like facial and whatever.
Yeah. I never broke any facial. You know, I've been pretty fortunate. Just some scars and
Like that Jordan
Meniscus.
Williams fight. Like it didn't even look like he had you in the choke. It looked like he had a crank on you. That like it just
it was.
that was just a weird. It was a weird position you were in, and I was like I can't really speak for anybody because if I'm in that situation, I'm probably fucking not. I'm not in a good spot either. So it's like, but
I know.
just
This
didn't
is gonna.
see it-
This is gonna sound like
it just seemed weird because it was like he wasn't under the chin, and
This-
he was over the face, and he was just like kind of just.
This is gonna sound like a. I'm gonna sound like a bitch, but I don't
Yeah.
care. I don't give a
Yeah.
fuck because I'm retired and
Yeah.
I'm 49 years old. And I don't give a fuck anyway.
Yeah.
But yeah, I can't really. I've been at the lowest lows, highest highs, and I don't have nothing to hide, you know, from that.
Yeah.
But I had that stuff going on with my son,
Yeah, you're telling me.
and they were you know, I was getting some calls and he was like they couldn't find him,
Yeah.
and so I basically. I didn't want to breach contract. I basically ran out there and just wanted to get out.
Yeah.
And when he got behind me, I basically was like, just choked me. I want to get the fuck out of here. I've never done that in my life. It's
Yeah.
embarrassing. It's embarrassing even to admit as a fighter.
Yeah.
But that's why it looks so weird. Because you've seen me in chokes. Like
Yeah.
But yeah, that
Yeah.
after that, you know, I've had. My son's in prison now, and we were very tight.
Yeah.
I was talking to you about that, and I had.
He was a wrestler and the whole thing. You guys kind of worked
Oh,
together. Yeah.
Yeah,
Well, I hope he's nearby. You can go visit him.
that's a whole nother
Story.
topic.
Okay.
Yeah.
It's-
We've only got about 8 minutes left.
Okay.
If he's got nothing going on for the next, could he throw in another 20 on us or no? No.
No, because the issue is that the shows are limited to an hour, and that they'll some of the platforms won't take it.
Oh, okay. Right
Yeah.
on.
We can do a part 2 sometime
Yeah. Okay. All right.
if you want.
Yeah.
Unless I'm boring. But did you want to? Since the selection stuff's going on, I know we were going to touch on that for a minute.
We had a little bit of the election. I mean, I know Walt's dying to talk
Well,
a
I
little
mean,
bit
you've
about.
got issues here. I mean, the trolls in the social media. We'll start there.
It's too
the
much.
Thing is,
It's
the
just
crazy
too-
is the media itself, which is the bulldog of the Democratic Party, in my view. And they have announced the winner of the election, and they haven't even counted votes. And right now, the official tally, Trump is ahead than Biden right now, officially. No, we're nowhere near 270, which is the electoral college need. But it's just crazy to watch, and we're under the what's called 10 days of darkness, which means 10 day from the election in 10 days. We can't do anything because I have to let the dust settle, which means the 13th is the 10th day, this Friday the 13th, and of course, then the 14th is all bets are off, sort of.
Yeah, I know. Like I kind of I know I fall right in the middle. I voted Democrat probably my whole life until just recently, and I just saw where the party is going and what it's doing to our country, and I felt like it was time for me kind of just to break away, because at the same time you said it's two wings of the same devil, the same demon.
Yeah. Well, you've got the right wing and the left wing, and unfortunately, they're still the wings of the same bird.
Yeah.
Were you were a Democrat when I met you, right? Or were you already?
When I met you, I was leaning more toward the right.
Okay.
Yeah, like I was getting, and then you and I were talking about that, and you were talking about how a lot of the people we know and train with are going more toward the left.
Yeah.
And it's starting to it's starting to bother, like it's starting to get into a personal thing where, like, okay, I have no problem with anybody doing what they do, but like they have a problem with what I.
Correct.
They say that they don't care, that they want to hear all views, but sometimes you get
yes, they will agree with you as long as you agree with them.
and then all of a sudden you're getting
yes.
Then all of a sudden you're getting a text message that they're not going to be your friend.
Yeah, you're defriended.
Or
like you're not allowed in the house or the gym anymore.
Your character is challenged.
Yeah,
exactly. It's like, well, what made all of a sudden you've got a different perspective. Well, what made you an authority? Well, where did you go to education? Well, how come you, and they just all of a sudden they're assassinating your character, and all you're doing is having a difference of opinion, and it's nothing personal. It's just
it seems like when you debate, when facts, you can debate, and then there's opinion and feelings, and then when facts start coming into play, then people start getting angry.
Yeah.
If they don't have the facts, it just seems to turn into slander.
Oh, inevitably. I mean, for example, masks. Okay, I have a lot of data on the fact that masks aren't even effective in surgery rooms, folks.
Yeah.
And also, the American Physicians and Surgeons Association have stated this. But of course, it's not part of the mass media perspective, and so all of a sudden it gets shot down and deleted and erased in a heartbeat.
If you follow Tito on Instagram, he just posted a really good video about masks.
Okay.
Some girl was doing interviews about the hypocrisy, but check it out if you follow him.
The point is, just quickly, if the mask was a big deal, they would mandate what kind of mask. I mean, you could walk in with a piece of gauze across your face, and it's a mask. It's not about the mask.
I'm gonna break out an old one. If masks work, you wouldn't smell my fart if I had pants on.
That's right. Well, no, I've used that. I'll walk in and I don't have a mask on, and I go, "You don't have a mask on." And I go, "Well, does your mask work?" Well, yeah.
But now there's companies.
What's the problem?
Now there's companies.
They're mandating, and then I'll say, you know what? It's just like wearing underwear and trying to stop a fart. It doesn't work.
You know what the go-to line is? Well, it's not about giving; it's about spreading.
Well,
spread it open right now. I want to see it.
Well, that goes along.
Jesus,
that goes along with the Nazi perspective. It's for the common good.
Yeah.
Open up your butt cheeks. I want to see.
Jawohl, Capitan.
I'm in Facebook jail on both my accounts right now, and
no doubt.
And so now all I can do is look. I was watching.
I defended you a couple times. Just a couple of fights on Facebook.
Yeah,
what the fuck's your problem, lady? Like,
did they give
here
you
is the direct thing that I got, and she's like, you can give somebody the facts of where you got it. You could have got it from the Pentagon. They send it to your fucking phone, and you have it from a known source, and they still don't.
Oh, you know who?
They don't even fucking care.
Know who? It was Spencer, I think.
Spencer.
Lorenzo. He's always on Thor's arguing with Thor.
I don't know. You were arguing with a lady one time, and I'm like,
Oh,
leave the guy
okay.
the fuck
All
alone.
right, yeah,
you know what I
that's
mean?
someone
Like,
else.
dude, she's like, you're a Nazi too. I'm like, I'm not
Yeah.
a Nazi. I'm not
Yeah.
even German.
Racist is a go-to, you know. Racist is a go-to. Even though Trump did prison reform, he did more for the black community than
Oh, I know.
any other
Jobs.
president than
Yes, he has.
possibly
Yes, he
Abraham
has.
Lincoln.
Yes, he has. And there was one state, I think it was Texas. There's a bunch of communities in Texas. It's the first time many communities in Texas, the Latinos have voted for Republican since 1920.
Yes.
Yeah.
Yeah, it's people are. The word is woke that they're using. People are getting
Yes.
woke and and they're starting to educate and research and
That's
They're-
what they want. That's what they want.
But there's two different
they're
sides of
wiping
woke, they
Google.
said, right? There's two different sides. There's woke on the left and there's woke on the right, but it's a different word. Is it the same word? Well,
I'm afraid I'm not an authority
Okay.
on that one.
continue. I'm sorry.
All I know is what the Patriots are trying to do is wake people up and realize all the hypocrisy and all the shenanigans that are going on.
Yeah.
And either they believe it and accept it and do their own research, or they don't.
I was-
buy into the multimedia stuff.
I was this morning I was looking Instagram. Kamala Harris, first thing. I want to legalize prostitution. Oregon. I want to decriminalize drugs and everything.
Well, if she's got hundreds of people that are in jail here in California as the
For
state attorney
marijuana
general,
charges.
for simply marijuana
Yeah.
charges, and they're still in jail. They're still
Yeah.
in prison.
That's
And
like
she laughs
that's
about
a big
it.
fuck
Trump's,
you, isn't it?
Trump's letting some of those people out.
Well, Trump
that
wants to
they locked
legalize
up.
marijuana to throw his nose at the pharmaceuticals.
Yeah.
Yeah.
But
I'm-
California's
I'm-
been fairly legal for a while, though, hasn't it?
Yeah.
So
Well,
why,
it went
yeah.
from medical to recreational.
Arnold decriminalized it, and
Yeah.
then it just progressed from there. And I think marijuana is okay. It's fine. Like
Yeah.
people aren't going out and stealing, robbing, but meth and
There's not
heroin.
enough energy to go into
well,
it.
well, you
Fuck
want
it.
to go down that road.
Yeah.
Oregon just passed, and if you get busted for drugs, meth and heroin and all that jazz, no big deal.
I was talking to my friend about it.
No big deal.
Jail.
That's a
jail
cartel thing, too, I think.
Jail saved juvenile hall.
Yeah.
Saved my life. I would have went down that path,
Okay.
and my mom turned me in, and I took my first hit of freebase at 14,
Oh shit.
and
Yeehaw.
yeah, I was this guy was giving me cocaine and things like
Sure,
that.
he wants a
at young-
customer.
Yeah, 80s.
Yep.
Yeah.
And my mom turned me in. It was the best thing that ever happened to me. At the time, I was like, fucking
Yeah, in
rat.
retrospect.
You know what I mean?
That
Yeah.
bitch.
But I was having the argument with my friend, and he's like, jail doesn't. I go, jail is what made me not want to do drugs, because back then, you go to juvenile hall, man, they weren't nice to you.
No.
Back then in jail, county jail,
Was that here in California? I was here in California.
San Luis, yeah, they did
Okay,
this
here in
thing called a burrito. If you talk back to the guys in juvenile hall, they'd put you in a big rug and roll you up, and then throw you in your room, and you'd be in there, you know what I mean, until an hour or two, and just shit like that makes you not want to.
Yeah.
I told him softening in the laws, and he's all, well, money can go into, they can do more things and fight better. I go, drugs and crime go together.
Yes, they do.
I said, I've probably only been ripped off by one guy that wasn't on drugs, and it was in 6th grade for an Ozzy Osbourne tape. I said probably the other 1,000 times.
Subsequent.
Yeah, the other 1,000 times were tweakers. You know what I mean? But,
Yep, I get it.
I want to ask, like, if we decriminalize speeding on the freeway, people can go, okay, I'm not going to speed no more. No. That's not going to happen.
I'm going 120.
Yeah. It's everyone's going to speed.
Right.
Like,
We're gonna
even though we've got legalized marijuana in California, there's still a black market. They're not,
Yeah.
it's not going to go away.
No.
Just because
no.
there's a legalization.
Yeah.
Right?
They just got to compete with the price.
But if you legalize methamphetamines, you will have a fucked up world.
Well, you
because
know
I
what?
see people.
Oh,
I know
Wait,
people on
wait.
meth.
I agree.
Oregon's gonna turn
We're
into
gonna
a
say,
nightmare.
you know what? The test tube is now Oregon. So you know what? We're gonna have to see how it plays out in the next couple of years. And I
We've
agree
seen
with
how
you.
Prop 47 played out in California.
Yeah.
Now, which prop was for those that don't know? Prop
Prop 47 basically decriminalized non-violent
Yes.
offenses.
Yes.
You look at Skid Row in L.A., Skid Row in Venice Beach. That's basically what, you know, they allow. I don't know how long they've been allowing the homeless, but it's pretty. From the 90s to now,
It's huge.
I wrote to my sheriff. I wrote to the I wrote to my sheriff. I wrote to the LAPD. I wrote to the LA DOT, and I wrote to the CHP. I sent them letters with everything that I documented: license plates, people, what they're doing, trafficking, all around my neighborhood. And within a month and a half, it fucking disappeared.
really.
So if you want shit to get done,
Yeah.
and I also went out there and I tuned a few motherfuckers up. I went out to get off my.
Yeah.
You want to
And
come
you-
out? I got
and-
a guy in a choke.
Yeah.
And you put it
Yeah.
in writing as well.
Yeah, I mean,
You gotta get it dirty. Gotta get your
Yeah.
hands dirty.
you have to a little bit. I mean, if you want to protect your family,
Yeah.
that's the way to do it. And if you,
I agree.
Yeah, hit them where it counts because
Especially those people only react
yeah,
to. You know, they're not gonna react to say passive style.
this one guy told me
I won't incriminate myself.
the one guy told me he was going to call the cops on me. I said, "Fucking go right ahead."
Yeah.
I was.
You got 10 warrants, motherfucker. Do it.
You go right ahead and do it. And I called his bluff, and he ran.
Oh yeah.
Yeah. So I was
They
like,
all got warrants.
yeah.
They fucking. That's 24 hours of no meth. They gonna do that.
Yeah.
Well, on that note, unfortunately, the clock is a tyrant. So we will have to defer this.
You
this Preston.
bastards.
Thanks for having me. I hope I.
Preston,
we'll
it was
definitely
a
bring you
thrill.
back on
Yeah.
again.
Yeah.
And
Further
we'll do
down the line of the.
Trump 2020.
that. Well, it's,
We hope.
it's already starting. To be honest with you, people are coming forward to be honest and take responsibility and all that. But you have tuned into Bars, Brews, and Brawls, American Badass Bars, Brews, and Brawls here at ubngo.com. You can find us on Stitcher, iTunes, iHeartRadio. You can just check us out on Amazon, TuneIn, Spreaker, and Stitcher.
Can I plug my show real fast?
And
Just before
you can plug anything you like.
be sure to watch Believers. Pennies from Hell is my episode.
Where can you find it?
It's on ID Networks. ID Network, and it's on like Ghost. The History Channel, History Channel, and ID Networks. Believers, Pennies from Hell.
Okay.
Yeah.
And where can they find you, Preston?
Riding around on my electric bike in Venice, drinking a beer. No, I'm at Pit Fit in San Luis Obispo.
Wow.
I'm on Facebook, Instagram, Parlor.
And you
No.
do, and you
No,
do,
yes,
so
parlor.
you do like solos too. You'll come into a gym and you'll
Yeah,
you're
yeah.
available
I can,
for solo.
I can do like seminar stuff.
Okay, cool, yeah.
wrestling, and,
Awesome.
And come up, stay at the house, barbecue, watch UFC. My door's open.
I'm coming.
Yeah. Oh yeah.
He needs to get some Pit Fit in him, dude. Well,
That sounded weird.
get him rolling around. It did sound weird, but it was kind of funny. Huh?
This
Yeah.
is Badass Podcast. Nothing's weird. I'm part of Badass Podcast.
Yeah, we take all comers here, everybody.
Yeah. Even
Thank
me.
you for listening.
Even
Yeah.
me.
Even Walt.
So
You got
thanks
Walt.
for listening, folks.
Ciao.
Out.